what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are La Lido Loca, and it's Cruise Night Live.
Cruise Night Live.
We got a special little casino story time edition. Probably won't take us anywhere but 5 or 10 minutes to tell the story. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the chat and answer your cruise questions. But man, something happened on this Carnival Jubilee cruise that kind of blew my mind.
Blue Mountain.
Jenny's mind was blown too. Cruise mistake turns into a big Jenny's biggest win ever.
Ever.
All right, you want to tell us the story?
Sure. So I was playing the piggies, which is one of my favorite. Is it called Rake and Bacon?
Rake and Bacon. That sounds right.
I think that's what it's called. But it was so I usually like to sit at the end. But I had to sit so there was 4 machines. I sat at the second machine. There was somebody at the end here to my left. And then to my right, there was an empty one. And then a lady at the other end. So the lady that was sitting next to me, we ordered a drink from the casino. Go ahead.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
Now, we do have a big reveal of what the win was, so I just wanted to stop Jenny before. Don't give it all away.
I won't.
Just get us to the point of where
the mistake happened?
the mistake happened,
Okay.
yes.
All right, so we ordered drinks.
But don't even say what the mistake number was.
Okay.
All right.
So I normally bet one thing, but anyway, so the casino guy brought us over our, my ginger ale and brought her over her drink. But instead of going behind her to hand me my drink that way, or even come next to me where there was nobody sitting, this guy leaned over her view and handed me my drink. So I was so just flustered, right? Because I felt bad because this lady's game was going. And here I'm getting my drink handed across. Could you imagine, hey, here's your drink, you know?
So it's going to cross some other lady's face.
Right. So I felt bad. So I leaned over like this.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into the...
All right, let's show you the video. Let's show you Jenny's big win, and then we will describe the mistake. Now, there is some cussing in this video, so
There is.
It's really great audio. I wish I
Not
could
by
share
me.
it. Not by Jenny. But the ladies that were watching this just kind of lost their mind, and maybe I can share it in some other place. But I'm going to mute the audio on the video from that Jenny recorded, and then I'll bring our mics up. So
Well, and I only started recording when it hit a certain amount because I was like, oh, this is going to be big.
yeah, so see, from this video, you can tell what happened. Yeah, here it comes. All right, I'm going to... Let me take the volume down on that, and then I'll bring our mics back up.
Let me make sure that we can't hear it.
Here we go. And then I'll bring our mics back up.
Let me make sure that we can't hear it.
Here we go. And then I'll bring our mics back up. All right. So, as you can see, it's already over $1,000. Now, I don't even know what the rules are for a hand pay. I believe it's $1,100.
I think it's 12.
$1,200. Let's just say this. Jenny got a hand pay, and she has never gotten a hand pay
Ever.
previously.
Ever. So you got to understand at this point, right? 2 $159.
Well, that was a bummer. For some reason, I could not unmute our mic while that was playing. But did you see it? $1,659. So what we were saying, and it probably did not come through. Jenny has never had.
Well, and we don't have any sound on there because the people were cursing because we were all everybody was just excited. So.
Yeah. The audio on the video clip's pretty funny. So we think $1,200 is what you have to have a hand pay.
Right. So at that point, I was like, huh. Well, and I didn't start recording, right, until I realized that when I leaned over to get because I was betting 88 cents. So I didn't really see that other zero that it was 880 I was betting, right?
Yeah.
Until I hit that bonus. So I must have been already like about 2 spins, I think.
Yeah.
But when I leaned over to get my drink, my elbow must have hit 880. And my stomach was killing me.
Let me tell you, Jenny never bets max bet. She would never bet 880.
No.
And so she sends me this video, and the first thing I'm thinking is, why are you betting 880? That's before I knew the whole story. But the wild thing, since it was Jenny's first hand pay, and this is what we learned in the process, and I don't know how you guys do it, but to get that hand pay, you have to have your photo ID.
Right.
And so I don't know if you're a slot player, if you carry photo ID with you. Jenny didn't. And so it just went on her account. We went down the next day.
Well, they give you so you have to fill out 1099 paperwork, right?
Okay,
because I have to pay taxes on it.
Right.
Anything over $1,200. So you want to always win $11.99.
That's
right?
the magic number.
That's the magic number.
Yeah.
But it was my first hand pay. I was so excited. I couldn't stand it. But my stomach started hurting even more as it was winning because I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to pay taxes on this, and this is going to be a hand pay. It's not just going on my thing. So anyway, they come over, and it is like an ordeal. It's like 10, 15 minutes of people like checking to make sure, and they, make sure nothing funny was going on. The only thing funny that was going on was that my arm hit because your guy gave us drinks over the thing. But listen, I was glad. And in hindsight, I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So we went the next day with your ID, and we were able to cash out. And then a couple features that are right there by the cashier that I'm not sure if they're there on the Mardi Gras celebration. Maybe they are now, but I definitely don't think this was there on the celebration. They now have, and I've seen them in like on-land casinos, they now have these cash management machines that will actually manage your player bank. And so if you're a slot player and you cash out to your card on Carnival, you may have $300-400 in your casino bank. And, the old way you'd have to do it is you have to wait in the casino cashier line, which if you're doing that on the last day, can be a nightmare. And then they cash out your player bank. Well, now you can just walk up to one of these kiosks and present your card to the kiosk, and then you can get your cash. And then the second thing they had there, which these sailing sign kiosks, you may have seen them around the ship. They're kind of white. You can get a PDF of your bill. You can look at all your charges. But the other thing that you can do is you can add cash to your account. And so that's what we did the next day after the hand pay is we cashed out the hand pay and put it back on the account. Then we lost it all. No, I'm just kidding. But it was wild.
It was very cool.
So the best win you ever had at a casino was a mistake.
Yes.
That's about how gambling works.
It is.
Just luck sometimes.
It is. So before we go any further, the ship show is in.
Oh.
And I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, John.
Happy belated birthday, John. It was also Matthew from Sharon at Sea, his 19th birthday.
Yep.
And I found out yesterday, and it makes a lot of sense because I see the same personality traits in all three of these people, in Matthew, in John, and Oprah Winfrey. It was her birthday yesterday. So John reminds me a lot of Oprah. He does.
My brother's tomorrow.
Yeah, he tried to give me a car once. You get a car, and you get a car.
Yeah.
So, but what's going on? Tomorrow's Stevie's birthday? Happy early birthday, Steven.
Yes.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. There's 1,198 folks here, 311 likes.
There should be 1,000.
You could do better. I think you could do better. No harshness. We're getting ready to answer a bunch of cruise questions, but you could really get us fired up for us if you would go ahead and hit that like button. If you're looking at the chat, just close out the chat and then hit the like button if you can. Much appreciated. I think in 20 minutes we could get to 1,000 likes.
I think so.
All right. That's the story. What's the most you've ever won at the casino? All right. We're down at the bottom. I'm going to say, all right. A lot. All right. Michelle Stevenson, just curious, will Royal let me bring a bottle of stock cold brew on board instead of wine or sodas? No, not in that big plastic container. They're limiting you to wine bottles or wine that's 750 milliliters or cans. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I got some of that in my fridge at home.
Yeah,
but
good
yeah,
stuff.
It is good stuff. Oh, John does give away free content. Yeah, you get a cowbell and you get a cowbell. It's my invitation to John on adventure.
Oh my goodness.
Brian Creekmore, thank you. Bryn Creekmore, thank you so much for the super sticker. I like the super sticker. Blondie with a high bun. High bun. Big shout out to the
like high buns.
Big shout out to the Blue Crew. We were able to hang out with Slinky and Matt. They're kind of the head of the Texas chapter of La Lita Loca. Of course, the Mary Bests are also in that council. But yeah, we got to hang out with them there in Galveston. We had a great time in Galveston.
It was really a good time.
It was nice going down there, being on the Jubilee. That cruise was all about Texas. I'll tell you what, I've had a couple podcast guests that I've asked, is it all about Texas? And there's been some medium to lukewarm answers for that. I felt it being all about Texas when I was on the Jubilee. We've got a Texas cruise director, a big contingency of people from Texas all over the state, belt buckles, cowboy hats, cowboy boots. Not that defines Texas, but certainly you're there in the oil fields a little bit. In Houston, the oil refining. It was a Texas cruise, and it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, the flair was really kind of cool of just all the Texan stuff, and everything was. It was really. I just had a great time on that ship. It was a good time.
Yeah, I saw a good question. How was the embarkation and debarkation in Galveston compared to Florida?
So let's put it this way. Let's go back to 2018 and our nightmare of an experience in the Galveston port.
Yes.
They have improved 95%, right? Like from that time frame. But like Port Canaveral, boy, they just have it like boom, boom, boom. Miami's a little bit of a nightmare, like the drop-offs and that kind of stuff, the parking. But even there, like, it's just, quick. But I mean, they have improved tremendously.
Yeah, so the embarkation was really fast. I mean, we're fortunate that we've cruised a lot, so we had priority, and that line was moving really quickly. We did get into the terminal. We had to wait a bit. Like, they weren't boarding. We came on the heels of a medical emergency. Unfortunately, a passenger on the previous cruise passed away. And before that person had passed away, they were trying to save them by going back to Cozumel, delayed the whole cruise ship. So they asked us to come to the cruise port about an hour later. But it was still a pretty quick embarkation. But once we got in the terminal, we sat there for a while until they called us on board. And then the disembarkation was much better than what we had on the Celebration in Miami. But I think that was on Carnival's part. It was weird. Again, we had the priority disembarkation, but on the Celebration, they loaded everybody into the main theater, which is toward the front of the ship, and then they used the punch liner, which is on the way out of the ship, as an overflow. And then when they started letting people with priority off the ship, everybody just came out of the punch liner and kind of made it hard for people to get out of the theater.
Yeah.
On the Jubilee, they did it backwards. The earliest people were in the punch liner, able to walk right off. The theater was the overflow. We were right there in the front. It was easy peasy. One thing to note about that Galveston, though, is Galveston's a little bit anti-rideshare, a little bit anti-Uber and Lyft. And so when you come out of the cruise port, there are shuttles and taxis, but you have to walk. I don't think it's a half mile, but there is a little bit of a walk to get to the rideshare. I did see a question from somebody. How do we get from Hobby to right there, Vita Udink? Just book Jubilee. What's the best transport to from Galveston Port? I don't know what the best is. We like to pile into the Uber XL so that we have plenty of room for our luggage and plenty of room for us. It was $98 from Hobby down to the hotel that we went to, and then it was $14 Uber from the hotel to the cruise port, and then I think it was a different time of the day when we went back to Houston, $80, but all through Uber. But somebody's recommended a couple transportation companies down there, like Mothers or Sisters or something. If you guys know about that, put that in the comments. But Uber is the way that we did it.
Yeah, we had the same driver twice, and he was really great too. Yeah. But I put his number up in on the Facebook group because someone had X there as well.
This guy named Van actually owns a transportation company in addition to being an Uber driver. So he's got a company, he's bonded and all that. We had him twice. He was good. Timothy Gouton, thank you so much for the super sticker. And Katrina Hinton, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Thank you, guys. Well, someone won $23,000 on Royal.
Holy moly.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Aw, Kristen's in the house. What's going on,
Saltwater
Kristen?
Moms.
Yeah, Saltwater Moms. Thank you, Scott.
Which one's Kristen?
I always call.
Oh, the actual name, Chris. How about that? She said, girl. Congratulations on your big win. What's going on, Kristen? I understand that we're all booked on a cruise together later this year. I'm excited about that.
Yes, it's going to be a good time.
Oh, that's a Brian pronunciation. Thank you, Brian.
Brian, I'm sorry.
And thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Question, when should I buy cruise insurance for September 25th to be paid off next month? So not being insurance agents, take this with a grain of salt. We're not really given full-on advice. But the way most cruise insurance works is that if you want cancel anytime, you have to get it almost as soon as you put money down. If you have pre-existing medical conditions, you have to get that usually within the first couple weeks. But if none of those things apply, you can get it pretty close to cruise time. Always best to check with whatever insurance provider that you're going to go with to make sure that you're covered the way that you want to be covered. Mm-hmm. But those are usually some things you got to look out for. If you need pre-existing medical or if you need cancel anytime insurance, you have to do that pretty close to when you put the first money on the cruise.
Mm-hmm. Marlene, 900. That's awesome. Yes, thank you. I can definitely deduct my winnings from my losses.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mario says, could I have substituted the Costa or MSC World America for the canceled Sun Princess? I don't know. I don't know what the dates are. Pretty big month for me. I'm getting surgery at the end of the month, so we thought about it. If we could do a cruise here locally within the first couple weeks, maybe, but I think it might just be one of those runways to get ready for some time down. So, yeah, hopefully I get done. We're definitely booked on that Sun Princess in December. But I did talk to the people at Princess, and it would be nice maybe get on there earlier than that. So still waiting to hear, but really not making any plans till I come out of the surgery.
I know, Bill. I'm wearing black. You usually wear black, but you're in red. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, we're mixing it up. It's a whole new world. The month of January is almost over. It's a leap year. Yeah, it's craziness. You never know what's going to happen. Let's see. Question. Could you have answered that one? It all jumped. Question. They have not announced the godmother for the Jubilee. They really need to, based on bad luck for cruisers. Yeah, I guess if you believe in that kind of thing, Loretta.
And there's a lot of talk.
There's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's unlucky, but I didn't find it to be unlucky. So I was just joking halfway when I said that my cruise got canceled. That's the challenge when you book an inaugural that. It wasn't super surprising. Somebody asked if we'd seen any footage of the Icon. Why weren't we on the Icon? We already had this Galveston stuff booked. We never really made a play for Icon. I got a little FOMO. It'd be cool to see that ship, but there's so many people on those ships. Yeah. And I love hanging out with everybody, hanging out with other creators and stuff like that. But sometimes when your mission is just to get on there and to bring the footage of the ship to you guys, sometimes that stuff gets in the way. So it would be nice if we could get on the Icon, but maybe not. Maybe in a couple years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bruce Jacobs, I look good. How much weight have I lost? I don't know. I'm going to weigh in tomorrow for my post-cruise weigh-in. So if you guys like keeping up with the Fatty Boom Batty here and want to know how much I weigh, I should have an update tomorrow on the Tony Barnett channel. I don't know if any admin has that channel linked, but if you want to drop it in there, sub up. I'm going to be talking about weight loss tomorrow, and then I'll probably skip a day, and then I want to talk about everybody quitting YouTube. Now, I'm not quitting YouTube, but I did the calculation the other day. I think we've been on YouTube for like 2,300 and something days, and I've made 2,500 videos.
Wow.
So so it seems like I should be burnt out, but I'm not burnt out. So I think I'm going to talk about that on the channel the other day. So if you want to hear me hot take Tony, make sure you follow the Tony Barnett channel. And if you want to see my weight tomorrow, follow the Tony Barnett channel. And then I did line up a new podcast guest for tomorrow. And that's going to be coming out later in the week. So if you guys like the interview style, check out the La Lita Loca podcast channel. There you go.
Well, that's what Wendy Johnstone just said, that she loves the podcasts. Margaret Russell hasn't been here in a while, but is enjoying us. So welcome back. We're glad to see ya.
Gob Smack says, hey, look, not to brag, but in 1969, and I won $100 on the Princess Carla off the coast of Mexico. I was 8 years old at the time.
What?
Look at you gambling, corrupting the youth. The youth.
That's funny.
Let's see.
Oh, Gobsmacked also said that he watches the Tony Barnett channel.
Adventures of Skinny Dipping. Do I think the ships are getting too big? I don't think so. I enjoyed the Jubilee, which is a fairly big ship. The nice thing about the big ship is you get a lot of amenities, you get a lot of attractions, you get a lot of entertainment, you get a lot of things to do, and you get a lot of space. But then they also put a lot of people on those ships. And so there were some times on the Jubilee where it felt a little too crowded, especially at the pain points, like everybody going to dinner or those kind of things. But for the most part, like during the day and stuff, it was very wide open. So I think that's true for all of the bigger ships. I've been on small ships. A small ship with 1,000 people can feel just as crowded as an Oasis class with 4,000 or 5,000 people. It's just, I really think the metric that we should be looking at is public space per passenger.
Right.
And I don't know if that's out anywhere, but I think we might be surprised on some of these mega ships. I bet you the public space per passenger might even be greater than the public space per passenger on smaller cruise ships.
Well, and then it probably has bigger public space, but boy, have those cabins gotten smaller. Right?
That's the thing I'm not liking about the big ships. I think in an attempt to get more people on there, they're making them smaller than the...
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? The big three, they kind of always try to follow suit with each other, right? So you got to remember, too, NCL went from the big Encore, right, to the Prima and the Viva, which are much smaller ships. So, but those public areas aren't the greatest, but I have heard that they're putting a lot of things in the theater now. The only thing is that they can't put the Pink Floyd, I guess with their contract or something, it has to stay in that location.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say this about the disembarkation. I was fine the whole week. Jenny B is fine, but I got coughed on quite a bit in the disembarkation room.
Yeah.
And on the flight home yesterday, I was fine. Got off the ship 2 days, I'm fine. But flying home yesterday, my nose started running, and then I woke up today and my throat hurts, and I'm like, ugh. So we'll have to see how it plays out. I had the same kind of sinus thing when I got off the Princess ship, but I got that middle of the cruise. So I don't know, but I'll be sucking down some water and probably blowing my nose for the next 37 minutes. So
we could probably call Teledoc.
Teledoc. Man, the stuff I've told doctors, if you only knew. If you only knew. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss out on any of the super chats. Brian, we said thank you to. Cynthia Hyatt, I think we said thank you. Timothy, thank you. Brian, again. Katrina Hinton, thank you. Fire 371. Tony, do you ever get seasick after going on all these cruises? Have you developed sea legs? I don't know. This time was the weirdest. I've never really gotten seasick to where I've wanted to throw up, but multiple times on this cruise, I got dizzy. And then when I came off of the cruise, I was dizzy. So I almost felt like I had that land leg thing. I'm fine now. It took a couple days to shake it, but that's probably the worst I've ever had it. On all the previous cruises.
Yeah, so I've never gotten sick, but this last one, I could kind of see why you did get sick. I mean, like at one point, you were sleeping, you were out, but it almost felt like the ship was like this when it was thundering and lightning and pouring. Yeah. It was rocking and rolling for sure.
It was. This ship moved a lot for a big ship.
Yeah.
Let's see. Not just cruising. What's our favorite cruise line overall? I think if I'm forced to pick one line to only cruise for the rest of my life, I'm cruising Royal.
I have to agree.
Yeah. I think they have the most entertainment options, and the food's good enough and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Travel with John Spite. Great content from the Jubilee. It was great meeting you on the cruise. Great meeting you too, John.
Yes.
Man, we sure met a lot of people. I saw somebody earlier talking about taking pictures and stuff. Both of us, please come up to us, introduce yourselves. If you want to take I'm never going to ask anybody if they want to take a picture. That seems too douchey. Can I say that? Hey, did you want to get a picture? And so I won't ask you, but I will always say yes if you want a picture. Jenny will always say yes if you want a picture. And then there's sometimes where we just can't stop because we have to go to dinner reservation or something like that. But most of the time we're able to stop and take pictures, and we met a ton of great people on this cruise.
It was really a great time.
Anybody we met out there, and I've seen a ton of pictures everywhere that we've been a part of, and it was really great to meet everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, Cindy, so that's exactly what happened. That was the first time I needed to get my land legs back, but yeah. Let's see. James Wade on the Prima last week. It was rocking and rolling. Yeah, it was a little tough in the Gulf. I guess there was a ship that went in. Our Uber driver was telling us a ship came in before us, maybe Freedom of the Seas, and they got wrecked in a storm. We got lucky.
Yeah.
Tess Almond, the heiress to the almond milk.
Tess, how are you, love?
Fortune is here. I'm just waiting for Tess to buy me a car like Oprah, since she got all that almond milk money.
You think it'd be a Tesla?
Yeah, Tess, can you get us a Tesla with some of that almond milk money? That's funny. Do you think when people who own the almond milk business sent their kids to school, they gave them almond milk money? I'm looking for almond milk money.
Tess is so, like, we're very lucky that Tess knows that we love her to pieces.
Yeah, man, I've been watching those Don videos. I haven't texted him or talked to him. I think we're on a different time zone, but man, every video he's having a hard time. So I sent him a message on his video today. Hope he feels better, but he had trouble traveling, and then we got the cruise cancellation, and now he's got the norovirus, and yeah, it's crazy.
Tess said, she goes, yes, I own a Tesla too. Duh.
Duh.
She's driving in her Tesla, drinking her almond milk.
Yeah. Bill Mattson, almonds have small teats, so you have to have little hands or a little machine. I think they use babies. To make almond milk. Let's see. Have I sorted out TS Coffee? Have we sorted out the plans after the sun canceled? Yeah, we canceled it. I still need to. I tried to get my claim filed with Allianz on the ship, and it kept erroring out. So on my to-do list tomorrow is I booked a hotel in Barcelona, and I always use Expedia to book my hotel, and I must not have got like a refundable thing, and so it's like $311. So I'm going to claim that on my insurance.
Yeah. So CS Adventures asked Firestorm, but I don't know if you answered it or not. But he wanted to know if they had balconies that were ADA as well on the Mardi Gras, and they do, because my mom actually had an ADA balcony. It was actually an aft balcony. It was absolutely amazing. The bathroom was bigger for her to be able to be a little easier mobility in there. So, yeah, they do.
Roderick Hawkins asks, what do you know about Behind the Fun? I know that you can book it in advance now. You used to have to book it the first day of the cruise, and I don't know what all they do. I've never done it on Carnival, but I think they take you around to the kitchen, and we did it on Celebrity. They took us to the galley, and they took us to the entertainment venue, and they took us up to the bridge. I think it's going to be something similar to that, but probably a good time, but it's limited. So book it in advance on your cruise manager. For Carnival, if you can do it now, or ask customer service or excursions the first day.
I don't think we got a chance to say hello to Anne Hanley, but I always love to say hello to her.
What's up, Anne Hanley?
And Rick.
David Button, what are your thoughts about Ruby Princess? Online reviews are not good. Never been on the Ruby. I don't even know what class it's in. I need to learn my Princess classes, but I haven't been on a Princess ship I haven't liked yet. So,
right.
But I'm fairly forgiving when it comes to the ships. Anybody been on Ruby? Ruby.
I mean, we were even on the island. Island Princess, which is one of the older ones, and it was...
if you want to contact Jenny for travel, you can reach out, jbarnett at expediacruises.com. jbarnett at expediacruises.com. Jack Frost, was a beaver tail. You're trying to sample beaver tail on past cruise on the East Coast. What are you? It's a fried piece of dough. If you're from the Midwest in the U.S., it's like an elephant ear, but it's kind of a flat fried dough that they top with cinnamon and sugar, and that's their normal topping, but they also have it with a variety of stuff.
People are loving this. I love this. It's so soft.
I like the shirt, too. Let's see. Aaron Ross, I haven't been on Discovery lately, but I was on it before. It was pretty nice. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. What are we doing? 9:30, 847 likes. You guys are so close.
So
Can you hit 1,000 likes within the next 5 minutes? All you got to pop out, hit it. We just had the WWE in town, SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. Slam. Did it.
One of our sons was there.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Aw, Felix, I'm so glad. Team Jenny is so helpful, so I'm glad that you had a good experience with Maria.
Maria. Kevin Brubaker said that we're original Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I haven't really been following the football a little bit. I had to get the skinny from the Uber driver who was playing and stuff, but I have followed the conspiracy around it. Like, there's this whole thing about the color of the logo depicting who would be in the Super Bowl, that it's all scripted, but then it wasn't. I don't know. We might have to watch the Super Bowl. I don't know if for the Chiefs or the 49ers, but
we could watch the, I don't know. Do we have to choose which one?
I don't think we have to. Well, don't you want to be for Taylor Swift? You don't like Taylor Swift? You're not a Swiftie?
You know what? I don't like her or dislike her. I think that because we were in Nashville for so long,
yeah,
and she grew up there, and she really did a lot for that city.
Yeah.
You know, I respect her.
Yeah, there's a pastor of a church that we went to. He's not a pastor anymore, but him and his wife, and they're not married anymore. They were in a Taylor Swift video. Well, since you don't like Taylor Swift, you know what I gotta say? Now we got bad blood. I don't know any Taylor songs. Shout out Ludacris. Redneck Lover, thank you so much for the super chat. My cruise on the Carnival Elation was wonderful in spite of my sinus infection. The medical staff was great. Hope I wasn't a pest this past week, Jen. Oh, is that the one that you're like, God, this guy's a pest?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I don't think you were.
Just kidding there, Redneck Lover.
Bad blood.
B.O.B.
So it's interesting, Booger 414. It doesn't matter as long as it's entertaining. I mean, obviously you'd want a sporting contest, especially ones that people are laying money down and betting on, to be legitimate. But I think for the average person, like, as long as I'm entertained, I love WWE, even though it's scripted. I put it down because I was making too much noise.
Oh.
Spin the other thing.
I was like, oh, good, I get to play with this.
I know, I was clicking it. I was like, oh, this sounds loud.
So somebody asked us about what we thought about the NCL Haven cabins. So we've never stayed ourselves in a Haven cabin, but we were fortunate enough to be able to get a tour of it, and it's lovely. Now I do have a lot of guests that I do book, and you know they just love it.
19 more likes and we're there.
19.
I'll be sassified. We got 2 more minutes before that. I heard that if we don't hit 1,000, that they're going to shut the power off.
Kevin Burbank has said, "Who are the Chiefs?"
I don't know. I don't know.
And great googly moogly.
Patrick Mahomes. That's Richard Christie on the Stern Show's favorite. That's my favorite. Any plans for the eclipse? Like the solar eclipse? I don't even know when that is, so no plans. But I don't even think we're on the cruise ship, the eclipse, either. There was some. It's a Gamble said they hit for over 27K one time.
What?
Included picture holding a big check. How about that?
Wow.
Was your bank?
That's cool.
Was your bank weird when you tried to deposit that check? Just curious. Boom! We hit the likes. You guys are rocking the Casbah. You're free to don't like it, but you've rocked the Casbah. May, shout out Lucas. May, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated.
Jacqueline. Mo is doing her dad is doing a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Not worried about who's choosing a team.
It's pretty funny. Russell Hart says, "Why am I doing all the cancel insurance claims if your travel agent say, look, I'm my own travel agent." All right, thank you very much.
Come on, Russell. I do.
This, you guys don't understand. This is a kept woman. Any task that I can do, I do. So Jenny B doesn't have to do it. Because she makes me. It's not my choice.
But I do a lot of things for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Sort of. I'm kidding.
You like doing your own.
Do I? Do I?
I mean, send it over to me. Send it to me.
Look.
I am the secretary, you know.
The thing is, if I have to be involved in it in any way, I would just rather knock it out myself.
Right, and that's what I know about you. So, like, I don't even ask anymore. Do you want me to do that? Yeah. Because if I have any questions, then I'd be like, I'll just do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Gary Evans, she hit on the rake and bacon machine. The pigs, we like to call it colloquially.
I love that. Douglas Bray, what is going on? I hope your cruise was wonderful. You and Heather, hope you had a good time.
Linda Kepler, do MSC at least once to see if you like it. It's a hit or miss kind of thing. I like it. Jenny likes it. A lot of people don't like it, but
What's that? I'm sorry.
MSC normally cruises
Yeah.
on Royal or NCL.
Yeah. So Redneck Lover, he did say that he went to. Don't be afraid to go see a doctor on the cruise ship. They're there to help.
Yes.
They gave him some prescription, and he felt better. Yeah, and I had that visit down about a year ago, or over a year ago, and it's like a little hospital, y'all.
Yeah.
Go.
Let's see. Solar eclipse is happening on April the 8th. Once upon a time, I was falling apart. Falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do. There's a solar eclipse on April the 8th. Question. Has Jenny started getting the elite offers from Carnival after that win?
Ooh, Kevin, I better check it.
You know what you got to do? Check it.
I'm going to check
it out. Marina Walker, being Mrs. Obvious there. Jenny is the bomb. Absolutely.
Aw, well, thank you.
How can I get on the list to cruise with your gang? We don't have any gang cruises right now. No group cruises. So check the website. I wonder if I took that last group cruise off the website. I don't know if it's up there or not, but yeah. Douglas Bray said a year ago we were on the Vloggers cruise out of New Orleans. How about that?
Yeah.
Keisha Smith, caught alive. Question, for someone who has sensory issues and doesn't drink alcohol, what is there to do besides casinos, shows, and bars? Man, you name it, there is to do it. You can do crafts. You can make origami, paintings, coloring. They have trivia. They have games like Jenga. It's amazing when you look at all the events that are going on a cruise ship. There's a lot more to do on a cruise ship. The casinos, bars, food, it's just a few things. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe go out, like Google, like if you're thinking about Carnival, just Google whatever ship you're on, fun times, and it'll blow your mind the amount of events that are going on during the day.
I don't have Elite, but I do have 2 premieres. So that's nice.
Cindy Osgood, we have decided on an Alaska cruise. We're doing a couples cruise. We're going to go coupling it up. Couples cruise in September. Mm-hmm. September on Princess.
Yeah, September.
Princess. Let's see. Michelle B's husband likes Mr. Spock. Well, live long and prosper. Live long and prosper.
That's awesome.
Simon Templar. Everything about cruising out of LA to Hawaii. Occasionally, I would say 1 out of every 126 cruise thoughts would be like, maybe I should go to Hawaii. But then the other 125 are places I probably want to go more. So, but yeah, it's that happens, and I know people love it. On Wonder of the Seas, is there a plug on both sides of the bed? We both have CPAPs. Thank you in advance. I do not remember, honestly.
Which one?
Wonder. I didn't have a CPAP at the time. Anybody been on Wonder recently knows the plug Sitch. It's fairly new, though. Could.
Thank you, Redneck Lover. So he just wanted to say that he has some sensory issues, though minor for sure. I had no problem wearing my noise-canceling headset in the Limelight Lounge due to the noise. So
I tell you what, on the plane, I wear those noise cancelers as much as possible. I think somebody was mad at me yesterday on the plane, but I still have my headphones on, so I just didn't even know. Like when we were getting up, I was taking the bags out of the top.
Oh yeah, they were.
I heard a little jaw jacking going on over there, and I just looked around oblivious and kept doing what I was doing. USB only next to the bed on the Wanda. Yeah, I got a great extension cord for my CPAPs, like a 15-footer.
Thank you, Cindy.
It's never gotten confiscated, but it doesn't have a surge protector or anything.
Right.
Ice Cold Mint Juleps going on Radiance for Hawaii on the 30th anniversary. Congratulations on your anniversary, and that sounds like that would be a great cruise.
Yes.
Michelle, any excursions you're hoping to do in Alaska this time that you haven't done before? I still want to ride a helicopter to a glacier, so that's still on the list. I would love to do a salmon bake or some sort of bake. I've never done that, but I still want to go whale watching and go to the Mendenhall Glacier. So,
well, I think it's September.
Yeah.
If Kristen and Freddie are still watching, I think Freddie would do that with you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The name D. McAllister. I have a ResMed Mini CPAP. It doesn't require water, and it's very small. You do have to buy filters for it, about $12 a month in filters that does the hydration. The machine's a little expensive. I paid for it out of pocket. I don't know that my insurance would have covered it. It's about $1,100, but I feel like I definitely got $1,100 worth of value out of it. It's so small. We did see dog sleds, but we didn't go dog sledding. That was cool.
Excursions in Alaska are expensive. Yes, they are, Lynette. They sure are. They sure are. You better swig some of that water there, baby.
I'm losing it.
I should have brought you some.
I just poured it all over me.
Yes, you did. Oh boy. Frank had a question up before. Is it possible to see the Northern Lights on an Alaska cruise late in the season? So the season, what does it run? April? Is it April to like October? I think.
Yeah.
And that's the times. I was reading it.
Now you lied to Kristen and saying yes, that was possible, right? When you know it's not. No, I think it is.
Of course it is.
Great question. Arlene, I think this is a Princess question. Is the premium package a must, even if we don't drink the liquor or eat a lot of food?
What
Premium
line?
package. It's got to be Princess, right? That's their premium.
No, I mean like they have premium and classic, like on Holland.
Okay, what cruise line are you talking about?
Yeah.
Let's assume it's Princess. What would you recommend? Even if you don't drink a lot of liquor.
Just the plus.
Just the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, because they've changed it up a little bit, like with the Alfredos and that kind of stuff, I mean, we may want to do the premiere.
Yeah.
Right? To get the Alfredos.
Every day.
Yeah.
Twice
We'll
as
see.
much.
Yeah,
Gary
twice
Evans
as
says, how long did it take for you to hit the big home of the bacon?
So I was sitting there for probably about maybe a half hour, just betting my 88 cents. And then I think I hit that probably about 3 times.
What day of the cruise was it, though? Day 4?
Oh, wasn't it like the 3rd? It was the 4th day.
4th day, yeah.
Yeah.
Question, when talking about included Wi-Fi, should it be stream Wi-Fi as opposed to needing to upgrade to surf? Should it be? Yeah, should be. Yes, it should be. It should be the fastest Wi-Fi possible. But, of course, they've split it out into tiers, and if you want to get streaming, you gotta pay the price.
Yeah. Oh, I don't dress Tony.
And I don't dress Jenny. I undress Jenny. What
Oh,
are we
you better be quiet.
It's after 10 o'clock. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
9 o'clock. Cover your kids' ears.
Ugh.
I get like this when I don't feel good.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
Because we're going to give you some NyQuil.
that's right. Go knock me out.
That's all right.
I got a lot of stuff to do, though.
I know. CS Adventures, the new Princess Prizes, which is part of the premiere package. So I had a guest that was on Princess, and they got a $25 OBC the whole week, and that's really why she bought the premiere.
Spock as a mascot. To be honest, we're just hiding some wires back there. Brianna Lee, late but here. That's good.
We are glad you made it.
Looks like you made it. Oh wow, 1300s of y'all, man. Way to go.
You are the
Way to be
best. Best.
Big Black Broke Man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, I love you too. I'm going on my very first. We love you back. We haven't Keanu'd anybody.
No,
in a long time.
in a long time.
You know what? We love you too. We love you too.
We love you back.
I'll be going on my very first cruise in September on the Carnival Venezia.
Nice.
Would you two have any tips for me? I'm 420. I've never been on that cruise ship, but Carnival traditionally does pretty good about having seating for fluffy cruisers. You may have to ask, like at some of the dining venues, main dining room, that kind of thing, for an accommodation. Tell them you'd like a chair with no arms. That's gonna be the biggest one, and they'll accommodate you, and so that's nice. And then if you find your bathroom to be small, what I do sometimes is I kind of target the public bathroom nearest to my cabin, and sometimes when I feel that urge, I'll go to the public bathroom just so I've got some space. And then you can even go to the men's dressing room in the gym and use a bigger shower. Now, I've never done that, but the shower was actually pretty big on the Jubilee. I was surprised, and I didn't really have much challenges in the restroom, but I know that's probably TMI for some people, but that's a real thing that we deal with as people of size. And those are some tips that I would go for. Some tips. Question: of all the ships that you've been on, what are your favorite restaurants? From Sam Wilpsius.
For me, I think well, I didn't mean to say our. I don't want to speak for you. My favorite steakhouse was on the Island Princess.
Yeah.
That was just everything was just perfect. The service was great. The piece of meat was just wonderful. And then I love the sushi on Carnival. I think it's a great value. Although we did eat at Emerald's and it was just wonderful.
Yeah, at least
and a really great value.
On Jubilee, the $3 rice and beans from Emerald's, that's the best value. I do believe that steak that you're talking about is the best steak I've ever had at sea. And then I like all the sushi places. I like Azumi on Royal. Enjoy the bonsai sushi. So yeah, it's good stuff.
I can't remember if I've had that, but maybe on Celebrity I had the sushi.
Tabode on the go. Did we see Lee Mason when he calls us out about town? Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty funny.
We love Lee.
Yeah, Lee's a great guy. Let's see. Oh, he answered that one.
Yeah. Let's go down a little
Aaron
bit.
Ross, thank you so much for the super chat. Hear a lot of noise from deck 8 on the Jubilee balcony. We didn't. We were up on deck 11.
We were on deck 11, and I was trying to. Let me think. So
we were above one of those coverings.
We were port side, and I think that. Let me see. So that is aft. No, that's starboard side. So if you are on the starboard side, so on deck 8, starboard side is a smoking section, and it does get loud out there. But so if you were on the starboard side, that's maybe what you were. Maybe that's what you were hearing. But we were on the port side, so we didn't hear it.
Yeah. Question from Tina. We go Barbie Baker first. I used to be able to make Wi-Fi calling on the ships for my work. Now it seems I can't with new Starlink. Have you heard that this is happening? And I can't text Android from iPhone. We've never really been able to text Android from iPhone.
Right.
But some of the cruise lines, they block the Wi-Fi calling.
And Carnival always has. Yeah.
And now I hear that Princess is doing that also. So I think that, they're able to control the protocols that go in and out of that. I don't know that it's necessarily a Starlink thing because even before Starlink, like we were saying, Carnival did that. Tina and Rick Spencer, on MSC, do you recommend a Fantastica or Aurora experience? Never been on MSC, but thinking about booking the Seascape out of Galveston 2025.
So if you're into the spa experience, then definitely go with the Aurora. The Fantastic. Can you pronounce that, please?
Fantastica? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm having a rough time today. That's the midship, mid-deck balconies, great locations. So it just depends on what your likes are when you're on the ship.
Tenia Green, what kind of cabin did we have on the Jubilee? Going on the Jubilee in November.
We had a balcony on deck 11, a little bit it was a couple of doors away from the mid elevators. And that's another thing I wanted to kind of bring up was a lot of people are so afraid to go by the elevators because they're afraid they're going to hear the noise. But the way those XL ships are set up, there's a alcove and before you even get to the rooms, so you don't hear anything from the elevators.
Jenny did book our cabin on the Jubilee. It was great placement. Chris H, did you get a 3-day offer to sell an Icon before the inaugural sailing? We did not. I haven't really done a good job of making press contact relationships. And so that's a goal for 2024 is to be better with that. I kind of,
we shied away from it a little bit.
I'm a little bit I'm out on the outside, but man, when cruises start costing $9,000 and the only way you can get on is having a little bit of a connection, I'm like, okay, I'll reach out and try to get a contact. But no, we did not get the offer. Mm-hmm. We'd already had plans to go to Texas anyway, so wouldn't have been able to go on it. But yeah, and the other thing is, and I think this will still be true for me, I love seeing all the other content creators, but it's not super fun on a brand new ship because everybody's running around like crazy trying to get content. Yeah. And so I'm almost
we did that on the Wonder of the Seas, and it wasn't something that I enjoyed at all.
It wasn't great. And then...
Not that I don't want to see everybody, but...
I was excited to go on Sun Princess just to hang out with Don and to go into those ports. And I know it was an inaugural cruise, but I don't think there was going to be as many people on that since it was over across the pond. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. But I definitely, like, lessons learned as I'm 7 years into it. I definitely should work a little harder on my press connections, because there's sometimes I just want to shoot an email off and say, hey, I just heard this crazy story. Can you guys comment on it? And I don't have that. So I'm trying to work on that kind of stuff. But that's kind of the fun of the business, man. Like, you just figure out the next thing that you want to work on and you work on it. But that's a great question.
Dave and Brandy are in the house. Dave, Brandy and Dave, did you guys go on the Venecia? I want to think that they did. If you could just kind of put a quick, if you have your if you have any vlogs, just let me know so we can. Kristen said Fred is in for the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
And the salmon bake excursion.
Yeah.
Whale watching sounds like fun too. It's you guys are just gonna fall in love.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's see. Don is not doing well. I haven't talked to him other than just like sending a message on his content, on his as a comment saying I hope he feels better. But yeah, it seems like he's having an issue. Diva Temple, I looked into booking an Alaska cruise on a new Norwegian ship. It was almost $7,000. Are these cruises typically that much, or is it the ship itself? Yeah, I mean, it's everything. The demand for cruising is really high right now. A lot of the inventory is getting filled up, and these companies are able to charge a lot of money. And so, all we can hope is for more inventory or drop in demand. But the demand being up is good for cruising long term. But yeah, these prices are, we've talked about it before. Companies are going to charge as much as people will pay, and then when people stop paying it, the prices will come down. But right now, it's expensive.
I don't know who was asking about the Venecia, but go check out Dave and Brandy's Excursions Travel. They have some vlogs up about the Venecia, so at least you can see like the different areas, right? Like the seating in the different areas as they walk through it.
Alex Flores asked, when I am dependent on dialysis, will I be allowed to bring my dialysis equipment on Carnival? I think you have to rent it or work with a company, right?
Yeah, you have to work with a company. So I would get in touch with the special, I forget what it's called. It's special something. But yeah, you have to set that all up with them. Marlene, we are, the September Alaska cruise is Seattle round trip. Yeah.
Let's see. Aaron Ross, thank you so much for the super chat. Is Princess Plus worth it? Why did Carnival do away with destination elevators on the new XL ships? Love them on a panorama. I think the Princess Plus is worth it. I like... so for me, I would rather pay more and not be worried about my bill. Right? So maybe it's going to cost more, but I'm happy to pay a little more without going, okay, this drink's going to cost $8. For me, and maybe it's just the way my brain is wired, when I'm itemizing stuff and thinking about everything, it takes away from it a little bit. So I feel like it's worth it. Plus we get the internet and the gratuities, that kind of stuff.
Well, and they're also making, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
But they're also making it, Princess is making it that the Princess Plus is such a great value, right? Like if you just get the cruise fare, like the standard fare they call it, you're going to have to pay for your medallions to be shipped to the house. Actually, I think you can only pick them up at the port now. So, I mean, like right there is a great benefit. And then, if you're going to get Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi is so expensive on Princess. So if you get the, Princess Plus, you're getting for the price of probably Wi-Fi and maybe like a half of, the gratuities. It's definitely worth you getting the free drinks. So you might as well get, the Princess Plus.
100%. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was Aaron Ross.
Thank you, Aaron, for your question and your super chat.
Big Black Brook Man, thank you so much for the additional super chat. We're glad we can answer your question. Question, have you ever done a cruise during Christmas? We're on the Koningsdam for Christmas this year.
So we've never done it through Christmas, but we always try to go in December just because then we get to see the Christmas decorations. Drone
LM, can you take your personal mobility scooter on Carnival?
Absolutely. You just have to get in touch. What is it called? It's special events or... but you just have to get in touch with them and you have to fill out a questionnaire. So yes.
My brother Retro Sarge is here from a Princess cruise ship on his honeymoon. I was very excited to get to spend some time with my brother and his new bride before we left Texas. And I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you're having fun. That breakfast looked nice.
It did.
Question for you, Jenny. Did you have any issues finding a machine in the Jubilee Casino? Heard it was really hard to find a machine. It was a...
So on our cruise, it was an ultra cruise. Yeah. So there was a lot of casino players. I was able to find, it just really depended on what time of day, right? So like if it was early afternoon or right before early dinner, you were able to find a spot, but after that, no. Now, when we were on the Horizon, it's not just the XL class, but when we were on the Horizon, No, we were on the Celebration. So it is the XL class. On the Celebration in October, I went in there for an hour, and you know, I love the casino. But the whole 7 days, I think I was in there for tops an hour.
Yeah.
Because you can never find a machine. And I had to go at 7 o'clock in the morning to do that hour.
My best session was the last night also. I played blackjack on the $10 table, bought in for $200, and then I played for an hour and 10 minutes and cashed out at $7.57. So finally a $500 win, and then I went and put it on the account. Which was nice.
Thank you, Sarah. It's guest special needs. I appreciate it. I couldn't get it in my head today.
Nice. Tony, thank you so much for the compliment there. I like doing those walk and talk videos. They're a little bit like, it wears me out. I was already kind of tired, and I waited till the last day, and then of course the storm hit us, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get any footage of the outside, and then the skies cleared, and so it takes about 2 or 3 hours to record all that stuff, but it was, I feel like we got a good sense of what was going on that ship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Aaron, that's it. I meant to say something about destination elevators. I have no idea why they did away with them or whatever. We've liked them. We had them on the MSC, and we've had them on the Horizon. And
yeah, and I think that, I wish they would go back to them, but I think that there needs to be like a queue.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, maybe there's a flapper door that you have to walk through, and everybody that walks through that flapper door before you get the elevators, they have to push where they're going. Yeah. Because I think that's what happens with the destination. The way they would work if everybody knew how to work them, you know, but like so many people just go up there, and, you know, if it's 2 people, they're just hitting the button once to go to deck 9, you know.
B. Jones, we did not get invited for Icon, but we also had a conflict anyway, so we probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
But I did talk about that for a few minutes, probably 10 or 15 minutes ago, so maybe check that on the replay. How did they work on all these destination elevators that we've been to kind of work the same way, you know? Just Scott of Natish, wow, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Love you twos. We love you back, man. Appreciate it.
We love you.
Oh, David, I'm glad you liked that trek to the Texas Star. I thought that was a cool way to walk through Mahogany Bay. I was digging it. Thank you for the compliment. Let's see. Thank you, Kelly Song. Yeah, it just hit me yesterday. I mean, I'll be here in the chair tomorrow doing the show, but right now I feel like a poopy de caca. My voice is like, stop talking right now. But it's close. It's close. Show must go on. That's what they say.
Sing it.
I don't know if I can. And you know I love to sing.
Yeah. Crazy. Well,
that went quick.
It is that time. It did go quick.
That's what
Did we get to it that
1,248 likes.
You need to get off of live.
What did I say? All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. Much love to the Loca fam out there. I would invite you, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. More great content coming your way. I got a new podcast coming out. I think I mentioned that with a special guest that has recently been on the Icon and the Jubilee. So we'll have an interesting conversation about that. But yeah, thanks everybody for smashing that like button. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming out to Tuesday Night Live. My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
We are La Lido Loca. And until the next time,
we'll see you on the Lido.
We'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye.